Greetings, developer legends. I hope you're really well. On this 9th episode of the Big Dev Theory livestream, we discuss the concepts of event-driven automation and its potential enabled by observability. Our guest was Rick Sherman from Datadog, who gave a fantastic demonstration of how to implement proactive monitoring. We then explored how to set up Datadog monitors and explain the concepts of event-driven automation. This was followed by a demonstration of Datadog Workflows and how they can be used in data and logic operations with complex workflows such as branches, decisions, and data operations too. If you enjoyed this series, be sure to subscribe to the AWS Build On channel and follow the link to watch the full episode of the Big Dev Theory, episode 9. It was a really great episode to see.
A lot of things within Datadog now are getting some of these wizards or some of these highlighted areas where like, you could probably turn this thing on and get a little bit more out of it by just hitting this really simple button. I like simple buttons. And so for me, I'm actually going to enable a suggested monitor for high average latency, high P90 latency, and high error rate, right? So I just clicked those 3 buttons and little toast popped up there, said monitors are enabled. If I go back now over here to monitors, I can see that it has created some new monitors and they're actually already in an alert status. So we've got a bunch of different actions that we can take, and we can build all of these different workflows into them. And so this is still a beta feature. It is on the public website. You can document with all the documentation and everything. I really learned by taking some existing things and cobbling them together. I think a lot of folks kind of do that. So I like to take a starting point and build out my workflows. And so I'm going to go back here just to take a look to see if my monitor has triggered. So my monitor did kick off, by the way, right? So this monitor kicked off. It should have notified. So if I go over to my handy dandy Slack, which I can increase the size of that as well, I got this alert, right? So it went ahead and said that the previous desired capacity was 1. We bumped it to 2. This is my current max. Right, so this was Datadog triggering that workflow. If I go back over here to my workflow, and I can look to see what the last time it had ran and all the different iterations. I can click on that and see that this was the path that it took.
What I do like is, and I think Stuart touched on this, the no code. Because if you ever built like a chat bot or something that had to do the API calls and write the for loops and everything to make it work and filter through the dictionaries or whatever, the data, that is frustrating as heck when you just want to send a simple message. And I love this.
And then open telemetry. How does this tie into open telemetry, Rick?
Well, so we could be shipping. So I just pulled up an application performance monitoring trace. You weren't here. This is actually following the flow of information through our different microservices. And so I've got a browser request. It is hitting Flask, hitting Postgres, blah, blah, blah. OTel, you could actually send the traces to Datadog that way without using the Datadog tracing library. You don't have to use the Datadog agent. You can also send metrics with OpenTelemetry. If I want to do like an anomaly detection, right, I can actually look to see this thing that's looking future. You guys talked about machine learning a little bit.
Right.
So we actually want to look at forecasting. We want to look at things that are happening that are outlying, forecast, anomaly, things that are in and out, and then being able to trigger these things. And so you can take intangible things like a group of services or a very tangible thing like a metric, apply a machine learning type of monitor to it, and then now kick these things off. So it just really up levels, I think, the skills that some folks have already developed over the years to additional capabilities, additional domains. It just moves the ball forward that much further.
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you found this insightful, feel free to leave a comment or ask questions. Show your support by liking the video as well. Be sure to tune in on the 4th of April for our next special episode of the Big Dev Theory, which will be streamed live on the AWS Trees channel. I'll see you there.